All right, it's an exciting day. Today we actually find the ox. We're in picture number 3 of the ox herding series from 12th century China in Zen Buddhism. And today we perceive the ox. We actually catch a glimpse of that which we are seeking. Now, in this sense, I sort of see in this pictorial story that the ox has a transition as well. I'm going to say that the person seeking is the ego self, and the ox is pure mind. Now, pure mind and the reality are one and the same. They can't be distinguished. It's the waves of mind caused by the fingers of me and mine constantly stirring the placid top that give sense of ego, that give the idea of this lower self. And so in the first one, we're getting the ready for the search. You know, the ego's alone. It's not even aware of pure mind, doesn't even have an idea of a higher state or of a deeper meaning. And it goes along through the first 2 stages, and now it's catching a glimpse of the possibilities of pure mind, you know, of being able to see that divine, to recognize that inner self that is ever present, always there. The poem is quite lovely today. The poem says, I hear the song of the nightingale. The sun is warm, the wind is mild. Willows are green along the shore. Here no bull can hide. What artist can draw that massive head, those majestic horns? You know, it's this beautiful reference that this is something that can't be reproduced. To catch a glimpse of that inner self, to catch a glimpse of that pure mind, to catch a glimpse of God, in other terms. You know, to know, to see an ideal that's so high, that can't possibly be represented by art or by an artist or drawn or captured by words. In the words of Sri Ramakrishna, he says that God is the only thing unpolluted by the tongue, meaning that it cannot be described, it cannot be limited. The song of the nightingale that the poem is referring to, the nightingale is quite often the muse or the pure teacher. And so you can finally hear that inner voice, the voice of conscience, the voice that turns out to be your true voice, the voice of you. You know, part of our problem in the beginning of the journey is that when we hear voice of conscience inside, we are the opposite voice. We're the one arguing with conscience. And what we come to realize through this journey is that the voice of the conscience was our own voice all the way through, that the desires of the conscience were actually our desires. The desires of the true self within, and that this arguing self, this ego self, has been the block all the time that has left us unfulfilled, that has left us feeling shallow, insecure, incomplete, depressed, all of those feelings of lack, of not having. And so today we catch vision of the ox. It's no longer following a trail of prints that are secondhand material. Now we get a personal experience of this highest ideal. And from here, you know, the wind is mild and the sun is warm and all of the conditions are favorable. You're moving forward. You finally have an idea. But you're still separate from that idea. You know, it's you still chasing something, and we'll see that this realization is the solution to that separation, to that division. So indeed, today you have perceived the ox.